I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Hiroki. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to keep your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important things are needed to people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest. The special pride never written before or since. Tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to a very unexpected Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 10 kind of review, just mostly to talk about what I just watched. And yes, these are going to be extreme spoilers, and I cannot stress this enough. In fact, I'm going to put it across the bottom of the page. If you have not yet seen this episode of Star Trek Lower Decks and you plan to, then I would strongly suggest leaving right now. There are spoilers in here that will ruin the surprises that are in this episode. Before we get to the spoiler, I'll say it is by far my favorite episode of Lower Decks so far. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now the season has been mixed, but this particular episode, it ties in the season. It brings in a lot of things. It really, again, without spoilers, I don't know how they will go to a season 2. It changes the show that much, but for what it is, for this one episode, it was a really good episode. And this is your last warning. After this part, I'm gonna start giving away the biggest parts of the show. So please leave if you don't want to hear this. Okay, so let's say hello to Thomas Potts. Welcome, Thomas. You are first in the chat. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings, Brutal Prey, Mamo Prey, Sisso Prey, Chico Prey, and fellow nerds. Hope you're doing well. Well, Mountains, another kidney stone. I'm in a lot of pain. It's why I'm awake. If I didn't have the stone, I wouldn't have been awake, and I wouldn't have watched this episode for another couple hours, and none of this would be happening. But it is what it is. But thank you. Ensign Ricky, sup, Ensign Ricky. Ensign Ricky is over at the soup with Jedi Bill, and I will send people, if anybody, when I'm done, I will strongly suggest people go over to the soup. If you guys are still streaming, I give my deepest apologies to Jedi Bill, but I have to talk about this episode, and I don't want to do it on the soup because, who knows who is listening. I have to give spoiler alerts and all that stuff. The episode was awesome. I agree, Ensign Ricky. My favorite episode by far of the series. Carlos has just came to give you a like and a hail Karoga. Thank you, Carlo. And Mountains of Elysium says, greetings to Sassy, chaser of Andorians, eater of Pakled, stalker of Klingons, defiler of Vulcans, and the scourge of Cardassia. Aru! And he hasn't seen Lower Decks yet, so I will leave. I will leave a like, a rewatch when I go see it. Take care, Bird of Prey and fellow nerds, and in true Star Trek fashion, may the Force be with you. Well, thank you, Mountains. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey, I will send a Jeep to pick you up and take you to one of our Turdistani doctors, in quotes, for free. Wow, I might have to pass on that, Thomas. Josh says, Bird must have given Lower Decks a 20 out of 10 if he's streaming this early in the morning. Well, Josh, 8.5 out of 10. And let me put it in the bottom that there's going to be create banner extreme, all caps, extreme spoilers. Leave now if you haven't watched. I'm not even going to make it scroll because that will just make it harder for people to see. So there we go. There we go. Okay, so this was a crazy episode. Without going through the entire thing, we have the death of Lieutenant Shax, the security officer, the Bajoran security officer. We have the appearance of Riker, Captain Riker, the USS Titan. We have Captain Riker and Counselor Deanna Troi, his wife, right next to him on the bridge of the Titan. We have Ensign Boimler getting a promotion and a transfer to the Titan. We have Rutherford, my favorite of the ensigns, losing his entire memory because his implant was forcibly removed by Lieutenant Shax in a last-ditch effort to save his life, which worked, but he lost all of his memories since he had the implant. And if you remember back to episode 1, he had just gotten the implant. So basically, he lost all of his memories of the season. So he is now apparently a non-cybernetic person, no implant, and has forgotten all of his friends, but is, still the same person we knew. He's just remaking his friendships. Mariner, the secret of Mariner is Freeman's daughter comes out at the very beginning of the episode because Boimler is uncharacteristically decided to be more like Mariner and help her out, give stuff out, and they beam him. He doesn't realize that his comm badge is open, and everybody on the bridge hears him while he doesn't hear the people talking to him, and so he lets it out that he knows the secret. And even though this doesn't really make any sense from what we saw last week, where Boimler was literally so scared he couldn't even talk to the captain, he is now so cool with it that he's telling Mariner that he knows her secret and actually blurts it out. Of course, he says it in the middle of being beamed up to the ship, but it was already came out. Everybody on the bridge heard that Mariner was in fact Freeman's daughter, and her father was an admiral. Crazy. In fact, the beginning of the episode has a different California class ship, one we've seen before, or the crew we've heard of before, and they get destroyed. The ship gets destroyed. All hands are lost by what appears to be a new enemy, but it actually turns out to be the Pakleds. The Pakleds destroy a ship, stupidly thinking it's the Enterprise. So much So much craziness going on in this episode. My biggest fear, now this episode was well done, but my biggest fear is that somehow, I don't see how you do a season 2. I don't see how you do a season 2 with Boimler literally not on the ship anymore. I know some people threw out, I was on the Anti-Trekker stream earlier, the suggestion was, well, they could just write Boimler out. But Boimler was like the main character. He was the first name in the credits, I believe. It's possible. There was suggestion that they bring in a whole new crew of Lower Decks. It's possible suggestion that we keep seeing Boimler on the Titan. I don't think that is likely. What worries me is that they made so many changes in this final episode. And Yosef says it's a 10 out of 10 easily. Well, I'd say 8.5. There are a couple of issues with it, in my opinion, but it's by far their best episode. I don't see how they do a season 2, not in this current timeline. And what worries me, and it's going to really annoy me, because we know they're working on season 2. McMahon said they already wrote all the scripts for season 2, and they've already started the animations for season 2. If they undo this, whether by temporal anomaly, Q, or a dream, or a holodeck episode, that this was all fake, I will be beyond pissed. I mean, pissed to the point I might have to stop watching the show. But it was, we don't know that that's going to happen. I'm just fear it will. And apologies again for those who don't know. I'm in a great deal of pain because I have a third kidney stone, at least, that I am dealing with right now. So I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. Let me just see if it moves at all, and then I'll get to some chats. Be right back. I wish there was something I could play. I guess I could play the intro. I'll play the intro again. If I'm back early, I'll stop it.
Qapla! I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail heroic. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to get your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. You here to make war? We surrender.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a cheesework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look, these 3 words written larger than the rest. The special pride never written before, or sings tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I sneezed into the microphone. Oh, it is rough. It's rough, to be honest. Yeah. It- Sorry. When I get nauseous, I get sneezy. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. Josh Street says 8.5 out of 10 in Kurogan is 10 out of 10 in the rest of the world. It very well might be. It very well might be. Yosef said it was easily a 10 out of 10. In fact, he said in the very, very next comment. Clear Floss Construction says Lower Deck stinks. Well, I would say it was a very mixed season for me, Clear Floss. Episodes ranked from I gave one, I think, a 5, maybe two of them a 5 as a gift. It was like a weak 5. Most were around 5.5. Couple I thought were decent. One I gave a 7. And then this episode was by far the best in 8.5. Now you need to watch the whole season to appreciate this episode. So I'm going to be honest. If you're just going to say, well, if this episode is good, I'll just watch it, and you haven't watched the other 9 episodes before it, and they're only 22 minutes apiece for the most part, you're not going to get out of this last episode probably half as much as I did. You really got to watch the whole season. So a lot of story arcs, characters come back for this final episode. Badgie's back. In fact, he's been upgraded a bit. He's now beta 2.5. I thought the last beta was 2.0. I could be wrong, but yeah. So we get Badgie. We get references to a whole bunch of things. Tons of references like we would normally get. Hell, the episode starts. They're back on the Landru planet. That was in the original series. Because the people decided they wanted to just worship Landru again, even though in TOS they stopped it. But Starfleet never. We're told Starfleet never actually checked up on them, and they went back to worshiping Landru. So the Cerritos had to get Landru to give up control again. And anyway. There was some jokes about why Ransom calls the era TOS. He's like, TOS, yeah, the TOS era. And she looks like, why do you call it that? He's like, oh, those old scientists. He says that's what TOS means to him. So that was kind of funny. So, and he again says, stinks. It stinks. I would disagree, Clear Floss. It's not great. It's not great. We had one great episode, this final episode. I'd say it's mixed. I think mixed is a fair assessment. It's been a long road, yes, Ensign Ricky. So there's a part where Captain Riker on the Titan, he comes to the bridge. He apologizes for being late. Said he got stuck in the holodeck program. He says, the first Enterprise, Archer and those guys. And he says, yeah, they had it's been a long road for them or something like that, which was funny because obviously you think of the original Enterprise series and that song. You can't get past that song. Pflugerville says, getting from there to here. Yes, it's been a long road getting from there to here. Yitza says, well, Yosef's point system isn't very unbiased. Well, Yosef's isn't very unbiased. Ouch. Thank you, Clear Floss. I assume that's for me. Yosef says, I'm subjectively the most objective here. Thomas is Bird of Prey. Maybe Yosef or someone can join you. I just, I'm always usually up for a panel. I just don't know about, I guess if somebody joins me, then if I have to go, they could keep talking. That makes sense. I know Yosef is probably working right now, but if you did want to join, let me know. Jedi Bill, Qapla Jedi Bill says, hey, Pflugerville, please come over to the soup when you're done. Definitely. I'm going to put in the link for the soup when I'm finished. And he says hello to Yosef. And Pfluger says, okay. And Yosef says, hey, Jedi, I didn't realize you're back with the soup. Yes. Today was the first night he's back. And I really apologize again, Jedi Bill, but as a Star Trek fan, I had to do this. Okay, so it looks like we will get Yosef come up because I may need to go unexpectedly. Oh God. Pflugerville says 9.5 out of 10, the only good episode of the season. I guess I could question how you jump that high if it's the only good episode of the season, but it's subjective, so to everybody their own. And welcome Joseph Petrick to the channel. We'll give Joseph a second.
Greetings from the future. Hello. Thank you for having me. And I admire your dedication that you are doing this stream through the pain.
I feel so bad for you guys. I hope I'm not I feel terrible. Like you guys deserve better, but I'm doing this because A, I can't sleep anyway, and B, I wanted to talk about what we just watched. So, oh God,
yeah,
it happens. Joseph says, and it was correct. They never checked back like Kirk on Khan. Yeah, I guess not. Like what happened on that planet with the gangsters?
Yeah. No, it was in my opinion, it was brilliant how they basically wrapped up the whole season with basically even the comment like how was it that I call it the TOS planets?
Yeah,
or something like this. The original scientists. It was just brilliant. Like those in jokes and references and how they cross-reference the whole season. Everything was just great, and actually a few shocking moments when you go through the episode.
Oh yeah, quite a few. That's why I'm afraid they're going to undo this somehow. I'm afraid they're going to undo it for season 2.
No, why? Not necessary. We even I think it was way better than the first season of TNG, and we lost Tasha on TNG.
Yeah, but we lost Tasha because of a contract. dispute. But it's not Shaxx isn't the biggest problem. I mean, we could lose Shaxx, who unfortunately, though he's one of my favorite characters, I don't think he's essential to the story. But I don't think you can have Boimler not being a lower decks person, let alone not on the ship.
We didn't have Sulu in Star Trek 6 on board of the Enterprise.
That was a movie.
Yeah, that was a movie. That's right. You know what? They can still bring him back. It's not like he can either be requested back by Mariner or and subsequently by her mother, or he can screw up and will be demoted back to the lower decks on the Cerritos. So there
Yeah, but
are
that
plenty
would
of
be
stories that can happen.
cheap. I don't know. I don't want to see him demoted. I don't want to see him demoted. That would help. That would ruin it a little.
Yeah.
You
know what? I think they still left it way better open the whole season than they did on Picard. With all what happened in the last 20 minutes that I hate with a passion. So I still think that they can do few good things there, and maybe we get even more Titan. And actually, the Titan looked fantastic, and the ship looked fantastic, and the music and how they put in Riker and Troy in that episode, it was just perfect.
I agree. There was definitely a lot of I don't say member berries, but a lot of soul in that's those scenes.
Yeah. And even the in joke how Riker provided Mariner with all the
contraband.
Contraband, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was excellent. Because it is like maybe a trait that we could see in Riker, as he was as well a gambler with Quark and everything that we saw. And we know the other part of his personality, that is Tom Riker, so yeah.
JP and Troy looked fantastic. Well, it's easy to look fantastic when you're drawn that way.
They went back to their look from Nemesis, basically.
Which is what they should look like at this time period.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
Although, to be honest, I think they both look even better than they did in Nemesis, because they were already putting on a little weight by Nemesis.
Yeah. So
I appreciated that they had the DS9 uniforms.
Those were the uniforms that they were supposed to wear anyway.
Right. I don't know why they don't do it on the Cerritos, but that the rest of the fleet still wears them.
It's more colorful, and I think that they went for the more colorful design. You know what? Even I so enjoyed the when they showed the animated series picture on that pad.
That was fun. That was fun.
That was so good. That was so good. You know what? I'm just going to open the episode here, because when we are discussing it, I could actually have it.
You talk for a minute, Joseph. I'll be
yeah,
right back.
no problem. Because definitely, I'm still surprised that you are doing this stream, because we all would understand why you wouldn't do it. So because in terms of the episode, yeah, it was hilarious when they went back there to the planet, and how even the dialogue between Mariner and Boimler was like he is finding his way to her, and how he begins to understand what she's doing, and he feels empowered by the fact that she's the daughter of the captain, and probably he's going to be, I don't know, he's not going to be punished just because he's doing this stuff with her, and he enjoys himself there by giving the crayons to the children and the toys and everything, because she is obviously breaking the rules that they have. Yeah. And let's check the chat. She was a carton for lower decks on the Enterprise. 5455-80677. It rolls from the tongue. Your name. By the way, welcome to the chat. Love the other Enterprise comment. Yeah, that was actually a brilliant comment. Even when at the end Riker asks for the warp speed 5, 6, 7, 8, and then Diana goes like, "Oh, not the jazz."
The jazz.
Yeah, that was so funny. That was so funny.
And the exocom.
And the exocom at the end. I was surprised. I was really, when I saw the trailer, I wasn't sure if they will keep them sentient. Sentient, if they keep them sentient, but they did, and actually they put it a little bit on overdrive with the language and communication skills, because we had only beeps in the TNG episode, so they obviously learned to speak.
They're kind of a-holes, though.
And yeah, no, this one was it was like a personality trait, because she Hamper, what was the name? Hamper.
Peanut Hamper.
Peanut Hamper, because Peanut Hamper did it just to piss off the parents, how it was said, that she enlisted to Starfleet. So definitely it was a great joke there as well, and yeah, it was a character trait. Yeah, it was almost Mariner-like, doing stuff just to piss off somebody else. But yeah, behaved very cowardly and everything. And actually, I'm not sure if you can, because it was once again the same situation as we had in the episode, asking an exocom to do something that can be harmful for them, but since it's a mechanical being, it should be able to survive everything, and it decided not to do it. Same as we had in the episode of TNG. Once again, a little bit on overdrive, and just because of the personality trait there, but it was basically the same approach. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it. So yes. Yeah.
I just wanted to get this in case I have to leave in a rush or something later. When this is over, I strongly suggest people check out The Soup with Jedi Bill. It is live now, and I imagine there'll be more people there when I do end the stream.
Yeah. Bert, I suggest we can all switch to Jedi Bill right now, because you are putting yourself out here, and you are really in pain, and we can actually hear it. It's really something.
I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. Why don't you guys head over to The Soup? I'll probably come in and listen. I don't know if I can get on.
Yeah, of course.
But thank you all for coming by. I wish I could discuss it more, but I love the episode. So
there will be plenty of opportunities to discuss the episode. Anyway, you are. I'm not sure if you're going to stream today later during the day.
At this point, I have no idea. I'm not even sure if I'll be home today or have to go to a hospital. I don't know.
Oh, it's even that bad.
It's-
Okay,
it's-
so
We all at this point. It's just I just don't know. That's the problem.
can't you just take something
I
to
took
counter
Tylenol
the pain?
already.
Okay,
It helped for a little bit, but it's not enough.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No,
No,
it's
just
okay.
you know what? Just get better. Just get better. Listen to the soup and focus on yourself here
Thank
right
you.
now. Definitely.
Okay,
And
guys,
definitely
we're gonna
speedy
end this.
recovery.
Head over to the soup. I'll see you guys there.
Okay.
Qapla all. Thank you, Yosef.
Take care. Take care, Bert.
Bye.
See you over chat.